Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So it's really, really great to have everybody back, okay? And I'm excited today because I'm just excited actually. So from wherever you are watching, be it Lagos, Nigeria, United Kingdom, Kenya, Ghana, anywhere you are watching in the Europe, anywhere, just welcome back to my channel. And just in case, because I've really had a lot of people watching my video who have not really subscribed to my channel, like my video or make comment on my video. Please, if you are part of these people, kindly just support your boy and subscribe. At least let me get to 1,000 subscribers. I know I'm just starting out, and I'm certain that, I'll keep giving out good content at the end of the day. So thanks for joining again. And today we're actually going to be talking about a couple of things. And coming off the back of our win at the Molineux Stadium over the weekend, where we were able to sneak a win, 1-0 win away. That match was really, really a tough one. And between that time, there has been a lot of discussion, a lot of back and forth. In fact, personally, I've had to discuss with a lot of people, on the controversial decisions Michael Oliver actually, delivered in that match. As Arsenal fans, we feel very, 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 very dejected. We feel like we are being haunted. And, it's difficult to really tell any Arsenal fans that we are not being haunted because why is it that every time we have Michael Oliver ref our matches, there is always a problem? There is always some sort of bias, there is always some sort of bad officiating. And to even think of the fact that, there is actually a team of referees on the pitch, nobody can even tell Michael Oliver to have a second look at his decisions over the weekend. He was quick to give Lewis Kelly a straight red card, and he was reluctant to actually give this guy Gomez. Where he could have actually given him just a straight red as well. He ended up giving him a second yellow card, then giving him a red card. So let's leave all that for now. Let's look at what is going to be happening in the future. What are we actually looking, for in the future? Now, um, once we evaluate how we played over the weekend, we realize that we're actually stepping up. We are beginning to actually understand, or maybe this season could actually be a blessing one way or the other. I know we are not happy with the results that we have been getting, but at the end of the day, we are entirely not doing badly as well. We are not doing badly because we are still second on the EPL table, and at the same time, we are, third in the Champions League table. Don't let us talk about transfer right now because I do not think Arsenal is going to be bringing anybody in. We are just going to manage those we have, just like the way we have been managing them up until now. Personally, I also feel Arsenal is very close to winning a title. I don't know if it's going to be possible this season, but I know that all of these incidents are things that Mikel Arteta actually needs to become a monster coach. I mean, if you look at it this season, we have had a lot of bad officiating go against us. At the same time, we have had our own share of injuries. And with all of these, this guy is still keeping the team very afloat. Our last match, we saw Kai Havertz play his heart out. He played really very well. He has a problem with delivering. He has a problem with scoring goals. I understand that, but he gives a lot to the team as well. I mean, we have been linked with some players right now. We have been linked with a youngster. I can't even remember his name. We have been, but I do not even want to talk about because I'm not even interested in national transfer right now. Only if I have a concrete news, or perhaps I have something vital to talk about. Because you can't be supporting Arsenal and then you will still be going about doing videos every day, to be talking about who we are linked to. When we are linked to somebody and it is concrete, you will know. Everybody will know that this link is concrete. Arsenal, every transfer season, we are linked with nothing less than 15 players or 10 players. There are even times that, we are linked with the best of players, but we are not going to actually get any of them, which we need to know that by now. So, Kai Havertz really played well. I mean, Declan Rice also is back to his best. He played really very well. Yeah, I mean, in our last about 2 or 3 matches now, he has been the most or one of the most important players on the field. And what actually do we need to do well this season? I know we need a striker, but we are not getting that. I mean, don't even talk about it. But the team is in a place now where I think they're actually growing. You know, there has always been talks about spine. There has always been a talks about ability to get beyond the line. So are we really seeing us now building to a stage where we begin to get beyond the line? Because the things that that has been thrown at us this season actually should help to shape this team and also to help build their experience. To help know that there are certain things or there are certain ways or there are ways by which you need to play to win. You know, maybe some cups in in England. Because this is the first time this season we are picking up a red card and we are still playing all out attack football. That we still have to come out to play all out attack football. We did not even sit back. At the same time, Arteta, the kind of formation he played that day is the kind of way I think we should be playing. If you remember, there has been talks about when we picked up a red card against the Manchester City that we had to sit down, you know, in defense just to be able to protect our one goal lead. I mean, yeah, it was a one goal lead then because we were leading them by 2 goals to 1. You know, then we did the same thing against Bournemouth. Now, without Bournemouth, we picked up I think, a red card maybe towards the end of the match in the first half. Then in the second half, we sat duck throughout the whole of the second half. They ended up beating us by 2 goals to 0. We did the same thing against Brighton, where we were able to steal a draw. That was in the first leg. And even in the second leg, we still had a controversial decision as well. I mean, that controversial penalty. So, with all of these things that has happened, we are still very much second on the table. We just, I think it's about 6 points now. Liverpool is leading us by 6 points now. You know, still second on the table, still not totally out of the league because nobody can say we're out of the league. There is absolutely nobody that can say we're out of the league. So yesterday, Mikel Arteta had a presser, and the presser he had to do is actually a post-match interview after the Wolves match, and they had a lot to say. So we're actually going to be going through the important questions that he was asked, and we are going to look at his responses and what he had to say about the team, his confidence in the team, what he thinks we are going to do next, and all of that. So all right, guys. So let us take a look at what Mikel Arteta has to say in the presser. So every word from Mikel Arteta's uh, post Wolves presser. So of course, there were plenty of talking points from our 1-0 win over Wolves on Saturday. Of course, we all know that. Miles Lewis Kelly was sent off in controversial fashion for a trip on the Matt Doherty late on in the first half. But moments after, Wolves were also reduced to 10 men. Ricardo Califieri fired the winner in. So, really grateful for the fact that Ricardo Califieri sometimes does the things that we or some of our players fail to do. And what are the things? What do our players fail to do? Sometimes they fail to hit the ball from outside of the 6 yard box. I've always been advocating for the fact that there are times that there are some matches that we actually do not need to be in front of the goalkeeper before we make an effort to score goals. We need to be able to shoot from outside, for goodness sakes. We need to be able to shoot from outside to be able to disturb the goalkeeper. But luckily, we have someone like Ricardo Califieri who's not afraid of doing that. If you remember in our match against Manchester City, he did about the same thing. He equalized for us on a 1-1. I think he equalized. Was it the one? Maybe him or Gabriel equalized for us. But anyways, he scored a very, very beautiful goal for us on that day. So sometimes we need to take some chances. Our players need to be courageous to do some things. If it was not for Califury that they would have been sitting ducks, probably just play 0-0 in that match. Because we already picked up a red card for goodness sake. Although they picked up a red card, as it is here that what's his name? A Wolves player also picked up a red card as well. But then, it is crucial, it is important that we need to start hitting the ball from outside the 6 yard box. So going forward with you know, Mikel Arteta who actually talked about on the hard fought win. So he said, "Yes, I'm extremely proud of all the players. You can talk about our courage. You can talk about the spirit, but as well as about the intelligence. The way we manage emotion, with the way they manage emotionally the game, it was unbelievable. and especially with what we have to face and how they felt about it. All of them just faced the situation, the challenge. We went to the second half. The only message was to go out and help to win the game. That is it. Somebody doesn't feel it, don't go. And they certainly did it in very convincing way to themselves to win the game. Of course, the players were absolutely pissed that they came out of the second half like we did not even pick up a red card at all. And they played really very well. That is what I want to say about us. And I want to see fluidity. I want fluidity. I want to see the confidence. I want to see us to be able to still play very well, like we did not even pick up a card. So I think the team is growing into that stage already. Maybe we are not fully there yet, but because those things that happened to us in the back, where people were saying we are packing the balls, we are doing this, we are doing that. I think those times were times where our players did not really know how to deal with, because last season, for example, we had the best defense and we really picked up a red card. Last season, we really picked up a red card. So when you look at that, this season we have picked up so many red cards, and our players do not have the experience on how to cope with situations like that. So on Lewis Kelly's red card, of course, which is sorry. So on Lewis Kelly's red card, I think is that obvious. We don't need any comment today, and hopefully the right things will happen after today. So, I mean, everybody has been criticizing our guy. Who is our guy now? That is Oliver, Michael Oliver. I was going to say Oliver, it's Michael Oliver. Michael Oliver, I think, has something with us now. I think there is something Michael Oliver is hiding that we do not know yet. And we really have to figure out whatever it is, you know. So, on whether he had an explanation for the sending off, he said no. On if the club will appeal the red card. Hopefully, we don't need to, and if we have to, it happened and is really a good precedent for what happened with Bruno Fernandes as well this season. Okay, we were in a position that we shouldn't be, but at least be in position we should be in for the next few weeks and allow our players to continue to show up. So, on the importance of grinding out a result, this was very, very important because I mean, if you had drawn that match that day, the whole media buzz would have been something else. I mean, everybody would have taken everything out of context for the fact that Mikel Arteta is not able to win the match with one man down. He's not the right man for the job. He's not a good coach. He's not this. He's not that. And many of these things. And when we begin to start to talk about our manager like that, that means we ourselves, we do not even have the much confidence in our manager. I've always asked the question that if we send away Mikel Arteta, who is the manager that we're going to be picking up? Absolutely nobody. But other teams will push you to want to send away your manager. Then they just match your manager because they need your manager and they are envious of what you do. If Mikel Arteta had the best of resources, for example, if he had Osimhen and everybody, we will be picking up the league. But it's unfortunate that we still have an Arsenal management that still has the syndrome of not able to spend so much money on players. And I'm sure that Mikel Arteta is actually going to fix it. And coupled with the fact that Edu has also left the club, is making it very difficult. So going on with the presser on the importance of grinding out results, that is what they show us every single day. And this season has been very special for many circumstances. A lot of them very challenging today. We had two games. We had Mikel out, Martin out. Still, we come here. We have to face a very difficult opponent that is fighting for relegation. We have another issues during the match, still we go about it. So that is what I love about them. And I think that is our supporters. And I think that's why our supporters celebrated and they were behind them because they can feel it. Of course, we can feel it. On channeling the frustration at halftime to get a result. He responded by saying that, especially because we put so much work and hours and passion and dedication into what we do, that regardless of what happens, what is thrown, there, you have to continue to have that desire and that will to win and overcome the situation. Because now you are going to throw it through the window. And it's my job, it's our job as well to deal with certain things. And unfortunately, we are getting used to it. So on Miles' potential, missing the second leg, of the Carabao Cup semi-final. Now, let me first read his response. Well, I said I prefer not to comment on the actual thing. We cannot change actually what happened today. Hopefully, it will be fair for the team and for them and for the players and for everybody what is going to happen in the next few weeks. So Lewis Kelly is going to be missing the second leg Carabao Cup. If you remember, everybody had a meltdown in the first leg. That was against Newcastle when they came to the Emirates Stadium and they won by 2 goals to 0. So we are going to be playing them in the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final, and we're actually going to St James's Park. So without a player like Lewis Kelly, Miles Lewis Kelly, it may be difficult, but not entirely difficult. May be difficult because we need a lot of players on the pitch. And currently now many of our players are not fit. And I can't even rely on Califury myself. I cannot rely on Califury. And personally, I prefer Lewis Kelly to Califury because I think Lewis Kelly, apart from the fact that he's able to go forward, he also knows how to defend properly. Califury to me knows how to go forward more than he's able to defend. Same thing with Zinchenko. Those are the problems we have with them. So we are going to be missing him in that match, and it's a very important match. But I actually see Arsenal winning that match anyways. Maybe we are going to end up winning them by 2 goals to 0 as well. We'll go into extra time and probably win on penalties, something like that. But I see Arsenal winning that match. So on the mental strength to win after going down to 10 men, Mikel Arteta responded by saying that we have been taking a lot. We have been taking a lot, I think, this season about that one. And I'm not surprised because, the will that the team has to compete to win, to again show that, okay, any contest is good for us and we can adapt to that and we are going to face it. So on that, I have no doubt that the result having to go our way, having to go away as well to make it count. And today was the right one. So this was just about what I talked about previously that Mikel Arteta knew, or the team is beginning to grow into a stage where they actually need to be able to face their fears. Picking up a red card or a second yellow card or whatever doesn't mean that we need to entirely change the way we play our game. But it doesn't mean at the same time that when we are playing a team like Liverpool or say Manchester City, we are not going to adjust. We will. But when we are playing a smaller team, we still need to be able to dominate. It's Arsenal for goodness sake. And that's exactly what we did against Wolves. And that was the way we were able to grind out the one new result against Wolves. So on if it trains with 10 men often, it says how often in the time context of the game scenarios and when we have overloads, underloads, but we don't have time to train. So the time that we have to train, I expect at least most of the time that we are playing with 11. Unfortunately, this season has happened to us so many times. On Ricardo Scaliferi finish, like the goal against Manchester City, I mentioned that Ricky can produce these magic moments that he did today. Again, it really helped the team. So really glad, that whoever came in on the pitch, he has the experience to make things happen. He scored nice goals and he doesn't score every time. So these were actually Mikel Arteta's presser, the post-match interview for Wolves. And he didn't talk about transfer, of course. I mean, the post-match thing was not even supposed to be about transfer. I'm really, really excited about the fact that we won. So now looking at the matches we have coming forward, because probably tomorrow I'm going to be doing a video because on Wednesday we are going to be playing. Let me see our fixtures now. So here we are going to be playing who is it we are playing now? We are playing Girona in the Champions League. That is on Wednesday. That is our next match. And this match, basically, I do not want to see. I want to see some of our players rested. I want to see many of our. We have already qualified. You know, we have already qualified in the Champions League to the next round. So I want to see many of our players rested because in the weekend we are going to be facing Manchester City. As you can see, we are going to be facing Manchester City. That is on Sunday, February, at 4:30. And this match is a very, very important match that we need to win. So I want many of our players rested in the Champions League And by the way, I think we are still even going to win because we are playing Girona. I'm not saying Girona are not a good team, but I think we still have the edge over them. So we are playing Girona on Wednesday. We are playing Manchester City on Sunday. I don't want to see players like Odegaard. I want to see players like Tierney, Zinchenko. However he's going to do his formation. Let these guys just play in the Champions League. Telling so that we can see what they can also offer. Let them play in the Champions League. I don't want to see any of our regular players. At this point in time, I don't think we need 100% record. Liverpool has that already. We don't even have 100% record. So what's the stress? So let these other players play so that we can rest players like Havertz for the match against Manchester City. Havertz might not be scoring the way you want. He might not be scoring 1,000 goals, one Kenny Congo. He might not be scoring 40 goals, 30 goals in a season. But at the end of the day, he gives us so much more. So much more that those things are very, very important at the end of the day to our season. So, you know, the fixtures are kind of congested. We are playing on Sunday, we are playing on Wednesday, and also we are going to be playing Leicester City the next Saturday. So this week now, for example, this week, for example, we are playing Wednesday, Girona. Um, then we are playing Manchester City. We are playing Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. That is February 5. Then we are playing February 15. We are playing Leicester City. So our next three matches are very crucial. No, our next two matches are very crucial. That is after Girona, because I don't count this Girona match as something very important like that. Personally, of course, we have qualified. So Man City, are we going to see what some of our key players also return? Because we need to beat Man City. I want us now to beat Man City this time around. Man City is not the complete team now, so we need to be able to find a way to beat them. So when you look at our fixtures and everything, what do you guys think? What do you think about my video? Kindly drop your comments in the comment section. Help me share and like on this video. Also help me get to 1,000 subscribers. So I'll also be making a video on when we have more details about, going to Girona, how we are going to be setting out and everything like that. So thank you guys so much. See you in the other video. Remember to comment and share. Love you guys.